Gun violence changes lives in one moment. A single shot can break a family. It can scare a whole town. The suddenness of such an event leaves a mark that extends far beyond the immediate physical damage. It ripples through neighborhoods, schools, workplaces, creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty where there was once a sense of security. Many people want to understand why these shootings happen. Many more are searching for effective ways to stop them from occurring again. This essay seeks to explain the problem in simple words, acknowledging the pain it causes while also offering clear, actionable steps that people and their communities can take toward a safer future. The issue matters now, as it always does. When a shooting occurs, the most immediate and visible harm is to the people who are physically injured. These individuals can be of any age and from any walk of life. Children in a classroom, parents shopping for groceries, co-workers in an office, friends enjoying a concert. Some will tragically lose their lives. Many more will survive, but their lives are forever changed by severe wounds. The recovery process can be long and arduous. Multiple surgeries, chronic pain, permanent disabilities. Survivors may struggle to return to work or school, facing heavy financial burdens from medical bills and lost income. The harm extends far beyond the physical. It seeps into emotional and psychological well-being. Witnesses, first responders often experience deep trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, depression. Families of victims are plunged into a world of grief and loss that can feel insurmountable. The sense of safety that people once took for granted is shattered. Neighbors afraid to leave their homes or gather in public places. The trust that holds a community together can begin to fray under the weight of shared fear and sorrow. This collective trauma has a tangible impact on the community itself. Schools and businesses may close temporarily to repair and to give people time to process. The location of a shooting can become a memorial, a place forever associated with sadness rather than its original purpose. Public spaces that were once sources of joy and connection can become sources of anxiety. Leaders face the difficult task of guiding their community through a period of mourning while also addressing the urgent need to restore a sense of normalcy and security. The ripple effect continues outward, touching people who were not even present at the scene. News of a shooting can create a pervasive sense of vulnerability across the country. Parents may feel a spike of fear when dropping their children off at school. People may find themselves scanning for exits when entering a movie theater or a supermarket. The harm is not just the act of violence itself, but the lingering fear it instills in the public consciousness. This fear is a heavy burden, and it underscores why addressing gun violence is not just about preventing deaths, but about preserving the health and well-being of our entire society. In some tragic cases, the violence is accidental, often involving a child who finds an unsecured gun. Understanding these contexts is crucial. Prevention strategies differ. Frequently mentioned factors include mental health, ease of access to firearms, societal influences. Mental state can play a role, but most people with mental health conditions are not violent. Feelings can be catalysts: intense anger, hopelessness, hate. The conversation turns to the tools used. Easy availability of firearms is often cited, especially weapons capable of mass harm, which can turn a crisis into a tragedy. The type of firearm affects the scale of harm. Handguns are involved in many incidents. High-capacity rifles are frequently used in mass shootings. Public debate focuses on specific weapons and accessories. Practical conversations focus on preventing access. Measures include universal background checks, safe storage laws, gun locked in a safe, ammo stored separately. Community-based programs also matter. Violence interruption programs mediate and de-escalate. Mentorship programs provide guidance. After-school programs give young people alternatives. Focusing on instruments and root causes, communities can build a more effective defense. This holistic approach recognizes complexity and works on multiple fronts simultaneously. In the immediate aftermath of a shooting, the first priority is saving lives. And the response begins with the courageous work of first responders. Police, firefighters, emergency medical services teams. Their ability to secure the scene and provide rapid medical care is absolutely critical. From there, the injured are transported to hospitals. Trauma surgeons, emergency room staff. The effectiveness of this emergency medical system can be the difference between life and death. Investing in and supporting these services through training and resources is fundamental to community resilience. Once the immediate physical crisis has passed, the long journey of mental and emotional healing begins. Survivors, families, and community members need access to comprehensive mental health support. One-on-one counseling support groups specialize trauma therapy. For children, trusted adults to talk to are essential. Schools play a vital role in providing supportive environments. Making mental health services available, affordable, and free of stigma is essential for long-term recovery. Communities must come together to mourn, heal, and plan. Public vigils provide space for shared grief and solidarity. These gatherings let people honor victims and support each other. Local leaders should communicate clearly, calmly, and with facts. Community centers, faith-based organizations, local nonprofits raising funds for victims' families, coordinating meal deliveries. Finding a way forward means creating lasting systems of care. Ensure mental health support stays available for months and years. Trauma endures. Establish clear points of contact for those seeking help. Many cities set up dedicated phone lines or resource centers after a crisis. Knowing where to turn is a critical first step. Contact your local city government, a nearby hospital, or a trusted community organization. Preventing future harm requires clear, deliberate action from everyone in the community. There are several concrete steps we can take to build a safer environment. First and foremost is promoting the practice of safe firearm storage. This means encouraging all gun owners to keep their firearms locked, unloaded, and separate from ammunition, with keys and codes stored securely away from children and unauthorized users. Simple educational campaigns and providing access to affordable gun locks can save lives by preventing accidental shootings and youth violence. It is a practical measure that responsible gun owners can embrace to protect their families and neighbors. A second crucial step is to invest in early intervention programs that address conflict before it turns violent. Mentorship initiatives, after-school sports clubs, job training for young people provide them with positive pathways and a sense of purpose. When young people feel connected to their community and see a future for themselves, they are far less likely to resort to violence. Similarly, community policing efforts that focus on building trust between law enforcement and residents can help resolve disputes peacefully. Trusted messengers within a neighborhood are often the most effective at de-escalating tense situations and fostering a culture of nonviolence. Third, communities can advocate for sensible, data-driven policies at the local and state levels. This does not have to be a divisive process. Many people from all backgrounds can agree on common-sense measures like universal background checks to keep guns out of the hands of those legally prohibited from owning them. By working with lawmakers and focusing on policies with broad public support, communities can create a legal framework that enhances public safety while respecting the rights of law-abiding citizens. This collaborative approach moves the conversation from conflict to constructive problem-solving. Ultimately, there is reason to have hope for change. Every small step contributes to a larger movement of safety and healing. One properly secured gun can prevent a tragedy in a home. One caring mentor can change the trajectory of a teenager's life. One well-prepared community can respond to a crisis with compassion and efficiency. Change may feel slow, but it becomes real and lasting when many people decide to work together toward a common goal.